I already talked about Zoey 101's reality show episode, and now it's time to talk about Jessie's reality show episode. I have not watched Jessie in years, but it's one of my favorite Disney shows, and being able to go back and watch an episode of it just brought so much happiness to me. They really don't make stuff like this anymore. The cast is just great with characters like Jessie, Emma, Bertram, Zoey, Ravi, and Luke. Shout out my boy really quick. Oh, and of course, probably one of my favorite animals of all time, Mrs. Kipling. But anyways, this episode is from season 3 of Jessie, and it's titled The Rosses Get Real, which is funny because the reality show in this episode is titled Get Real with the Rosses, but I guess they just didn't want to duplicate that. As with other episodes of Jessie, it's a bit of a wacky plot that's really fun because of how all into it the characters get. As they're all fooling around in the park with a jump rope, a television producer named Corinne Baxter walks up to them and wants them on her new reality show that follows families with nannies. And of course, because of how fame hungry she is, Jessie instantly accepts this proposal, and it becomes almost instant that the Rosses are now getting a reality show. I just find it hilarious that there were no formal negotiations or anything. Corinne literally just walks up to them and instantly gets a new feature on her reality show. She didn't even talk about money, what would happen with the show, the procedure of it, or anything like that really. I know reality TV people are sleazy, but my god, this is insane. Although, despite what I'm saying, they apparently did sign a contract, as that's revealed later in the episode, but we'll get there. So the reality show isn't a competition show or anything like that, but it's more like any other reality show you've seen that just follows people living their lives. Except for this show, Jessie, Bertram, and the kids are horrible at just living their lives and being themselves. As soon as the cameras are introduced into their penthouse, they all just talk directly into the camera as if it's a vlog or a live stream. And why does this show only consist of one camera guy? I mean, yeah, later in the show, Corinne reveals some other hidden cameras that were installed, but why is there just the one physical cameraman that she follows around all day? I don't know for sure what the procedures for these shows are, but Corinne is very hands-on with this as she is always there. They probably should have just ditched this method and gone for the hidden cameras everywhere to get the real Rosses. Jessie is trying to use this reality show as a launching pad for her acting career, and as per usual, she's awful at her acting attempts.
Who I really am is an actress. No, no, no! This yogurt has expired! Alas, poor yogurt. I knew it well.
Bertram is actually working, or at least just pretending to work since this will be on TV, and then the kids are all just trying to show off, with Zoey trying to get a catchphrase ready for merchandise and Luke trying to show off his dance moves. Ravi was the only one out of everyone that didn't want to do the reality show from the jump because of the fact that once cameras would be introduced, they'd all act completely different. And he was very right. He was acting even more awkward than usual. So, because everyone is just being super weird and way too camera aware, Corinne realizes this show is a failure already and needs a way to spice things up. So when all the characters are doing their confessionals, she's trying her best to ask them questions that will hopefully steer them into the direction of speaking negatively about their siblings or Jessie. Of course, they are all still way too nice about each other, but there's just enough that Corinne is able to work with for the first episode of this show, which I guess just airs like the very next day. Now this is just crazy to me because how did they already get on TV when they just got the deal done on this reality show and just started the filming process? But this is only a concern of mine, not the characters. They all sit down and watch the very first episode, and this intro is hilarious to me, not because of the characters' introductory lines, although they are funny, but because of this background music for it. It's like the Kahoot music or some other sort of elevator music that makes this feel so tacky, but it kind of does fit the vibe of the show.
It's starting!
And then the show just officially starts, and there's no type of further introduction into who these people actually are, a backstory, anything like that. No context, just right into their confessionals. Now, obviously, this is a kids' teen sitcom, so I need to suspend my beliefs a little bit here, but objectively, who's watching a reality show like this? And of course, the confessionals have been stitched together in a way that makes it seem like they're all insulting each other, and they also showed the clip of Luke taking a tumble when trying to show off his dance moves, but it's not like they showed a clip from the cameraman's actual point of view. But again, I need to suspend some disbelief here. So Jessie and the kids are all super embarrassed by this, but Jessie is like, oh yeah, no, there's no way anyone actually watched this. And then a bunch of people who actually watched the show begin harassing them and joking about all the different things said in the show. Naturally, they all crash out by flipping over tables, and I mean, I can't really blame them because I'd be feeling a type of way if so-called fans just walked up to me to take pictures and make fun of me. But this is the final straw for all of them as they threaten to quit the reality show, but Corinne says they're not allowed since they signed a contract. Considering the extremely short turnaround here with the filming and airing, that contract must have so many holes in it that they probably could have afforded the risk of quitting right there on the spot. But alas, they couldn't quit or else Corinne would sue them. Realizing that their fame and fortune won't come from this reality show and all they're getting is embarrassment, they all hatch a plan to get out of the TV show. Jessie's anniversary is coming up, which marks 2 years of Jessie being the kid's nanny. As part of the celebration, they all decide just to act as nice as possible so that they can't give Corinne and the show even a second of footage they could manipulate. And they do manage to do this, although Corinne immediately sees through this and just wants them to throw food at each other. The interesting part though is when Jessie confronts her about the potential subject matter instead of focusing on them being a loving family. In response, Corinne basically just trashes her higher-ups for wanting dramatic reality TV, and it's just her job to get that. The cameras are still rolling at this point, which is a big aha moment, but Corinne says she owns the memory card with her saying that and can just have it edited out. That's until Luke just easily steals the memory card from the cameraman and all the kids play a game of American football with the memory card while Corinne and her stupid cameraman try chasing after it. Ravi is the last one to get it and runs up the stairs, ready to post all of what Corinne said to the internet, and you know what had to happen. Mrs. Kipling comes in clutch to scare Corinne and her stupid cameraman off, and they run out of the building while saying that Jessie and the kids are all fired from the show. I guess there wasn't any paperwork necessary for that transaction. And well, that was the end of Get Real with the Rosses. So it aired for like 1 episode, and I guess they must have just moved on to the next family, whoever they are in this universe. I can't lie though, just judging from a little bit of that first episode, this show was definitely a flop, even with the manipulated drama in it. I haven't even heard of a reality show only lasting for 1 episode and then just being canceled or ending. Like, whoever this network is, along with Corinne, must have been really bad and desperate at their jobs. There was no vetting for the family or anything like that. Now, Jessie, Bertram, and the kids weren't giving them anything at all anyways and were way too camera aware, but still, it feels like there should be a better process than this. At least get them all familiar with the cameras at first, or just stick to the hidden cameras and forget about this bozo. Maybe they were just desperate for some ratings and needed something on a super short turnaround. Who knows really, but either way, I think I can confidently say that we would not be tuning in to Get Real with the Rosses. I loved going back and watching an episode of Jessie because it reminds me of that era of Disney Channel that I loved watching so much. It's been so long since I've gone back to watch any of those shows, and just from this 1 episode, so much of the stuff was coming back to me, and it kind of made me want to get back into watching it. Jessie was just one of these great shows, and this episode, Season 3, Episode 6, The Rosses Get Real, was a great episode. Reality shows do tend to sneak their way into sitcoms like this, and I'm sure there's a lot more besides just Jessie and Zoey 101. Let me know what you think of Jessie, this particular reality show, and everything else in between. Also, let me know down below what else you'd like to see me talk about on this channel. Like the video, subscribe for more videos, and yeah, thank you for watching.